Yo, what's going on? We are back, episode 19 of the Off the Top Rope podcast. Glad to be back as usual. I am Chris, one half the greatest tag team in the world, known as Southside Woodall on Twitter. Hey, my tag team partner.
It's your boy Barry Season. We are back, 19. We did it.
Yeah, man.
Our teams won this weekend. It is a great week so far, man.
Fuck you, JJ McCarthy.
Hey, national champion JJ McCarthy, all right. But yes, the week is just so much better on Victory Mondays. Even though it is a Tuesday, the week is just amazing. Happy to be here, talk some graps. Love y'all. Keep the support going, please. We appreciate it. Let's get into it, man.
Yeah, man. So not a bunch of headlines from this past week, but there are a few, of course. Wrestling wouldn't be wrestling without it. First and foremost, while I did not see the full Worlds Collide event, unfortunately, I did see the thing that mattered. Dirty Dom has doubled down and has become the AAA Mega Champion while also being the Intercontinental Champion. Congratulations, Dominic Mysterio. I've always said that, you know, if having stocks in Dominic Mysterio was a real thing, I'd be a very rich man. Because I was around when people were like, oh, he needs to go to NXT. And I've said it on this show before. If your dad Rey Mysterio, you just figure it out, bro.
Yeah, you just figure it out.
You just figure it out. So congratulations to Dominic, man. Happy to see his career to have progressed. And you got to remember, he's a relatively young guy. I think he's like 28. So around our age. But like clearly a sign that he has a lot more room for upward movement in this business. Is obviously the main champion of a major brand down in Mexico, could potentially be the world champion of the WWE in a couple of years. So congratulations to Dominic. Also, I wanted to note, Rey Mysterio versus Dominic is definitely in the works. And I don't know if it's just going to be a AAA thing. I don't know if it's going to carry over to WWE. But another chapter of Rey Mysterio and Dominic is in the works. And I got to say, they have done really well in like keeping this feud alive in the past 2-3 years. Because this has been ongoing, but it's very interesting that like it feels like there's always some new layer or wrinkle to be added. Mm-hmm. So I'm definitely excited to see the next chapter when it comes, whenever that may be.
Yeah, War Games, San Diego. Where's Rey from? San Diego. So
hey, man.
It's stars are aligning.
There is so much they could do. I know Rey Mysterio at one point mentioned hair versus mask. Obviously, we know the prestige of the mask. Hell, we know the prestige of Dominic's mullet these days. There's obviously the AAA Championship is in play. Mm-hmm. The Intercontinental Championship is in play. So I'm excited for whenever we ultimately get to that point. But also, like, hats off to Dominic, just for like keeping kayfabe.
Yeah, no matter where.
And it's weird.
Put the belt on me. Put the belt on me.
Yeah, I was about to say it's weird because you could tell like he has like so much admiration for his father, like even in character. Because there'll be times where like he's wearing gear that's an homage to things that Rey has done, but like he'll like when he's on the microphone, like I'm the best Mysterio ever. Yeah. Like my dad never did that. Like it's great, bro. Yeah.
Then like I go back to that Hall of Fame segment where like him Rhea just walked it. That was the funniest thing, man. They just played it so perfectly.
So my theory with this always was, like I said, he's very good at like keeping character. But my theory with this always was, if Dominic would have sat out there for his dad's Hall of Fame speech, it would have ruined everything because he might have been like legitimately boo-hoo crying with how much he's like in real life proud of his dad. Yeah. So I think that's why they say like, hey, I got an idea.
Just hear me out.
Let's get you out of here. Yeah. You enjoy it backstage. Yeah, man. So hats off to Dirty Dom. Congratulations again. Looking very forward to seeing the next steps, which we kind of saw on Monday Night Raw. Seems like he might be going up against Rusev soon. But yeah, congratulations. Andrade leaves the WWE.
Shocking.
Very shocking. Yeah. Like when I read it, I was like, "Is this?"
So, like, who reported this? Like,
yeah, I was like, "Is this a joke?" So I have mixed emotions about this, and I say this because Andrade is someone who gets out of his contract early, no matter who he works for.
Shout out to his agent.
Yeah, shout out to his agent or whoever. I think that shit is kind of beast. I won't lie.
It might be Rich Paul while you playing.
Yeah, like I say, it's kind of beast because just like when you're in a wrestling contract, like if they don't want to let you go, they don't have to let you go. They should, but sometimes they don't, and we've seen that with people like Ray Phoenix. We saw it with Aleister Black at one point in AEW. Penta.
Even with what's that boy name from AEW? Guy with the face paint.
Danhausen.
Yeah,
Danhausen.
Like extending their injuries with the contracts.
Yeah, like sometimes they'll add on injury time. And like from the WWE side, we've seen that as well. I think they've gotten a little bit better about it. I would still like them to go ahead and get rid of the 90-day rule. Yeah. When it comes to certain releases, just so like if these people want to go to work, go to work. Yeah. Granted, they're still getting paid, but yeah. So I say that, but then in the same vein, I don't want to speculate much on like why he actually left because there have been so many conflicting stories. Like some people say like he failed a wellness test, and people are like, well, it's 2025. Like wellness isn't nearly as strict as it was in like 2015 or like 08, whatever. And allegedly, like some of the main guys who were there are on the stuff. Yeah. So people are like, is that why he left? But then, so I will say this. The only reason I am upset at him leaving is because he was in a tag team with Ray Phoenix, and the rumor mill has swirled that they were allegedly scheduled to beat the Wyatt Six for the tag team titles at Clash in Paris. Now, we did see Ray Phoenix on SmackDown Friday, and we'll obviously get into that. And we saw some stuff with Penta on Monday that may, we may see where it's going. But just speaking to that particular moment, it was a little disappointing because, like, when you there are often times where you're anchored to somebody that's if you mess up their creative plans, it might take them a while to get on TV. Now, thankfully, I mean, we got Phoenix on TV on Friday, but obviously that was the first time we had seen him since SummerSlam. So I was a little disappointed in that aspect. But as far as how Andrade had necessarily been used up until that point, if that is why he left, I completely understand because I do feel like they dropped the ball in a lot of ways. We had a 7-match series with Carmelo Hayes. Cooked. It was supposed to ultimately determine the number one contender for the United States Championship. I believe the series ended up ending in a draw. Neither one of them end up United States champion. So like I said, I definitely understand from a career aspect of like he's not getting everything out of the run he also wanted to get out of the run. But then also from a personal aspect, him and Charlotte were together. Him and Charlotte are no longer together. So, yeah. Like I said, I don't want to speak too much to it. And my real issue is just the fact that, like, you were kind of anchored to Phoenix, and Phoenix kind of got screwed over. Yeah, that was my thing.
We could tell from the Street Profits and Wyatt Six matches, some stuff felt kind of rushed. The teasing of the tag teams being split.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah, came out of nowhere. People aren't really a big fan of that nowadays in 2025 because you throw one guy out to the main spot, the other guy just slowly falls down, ends up getting released or something like that. So this was unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? Because he's a great worker. Andrade is, every match he's in, he delivers. Could have been a face, a mid-card a couple years down the line. Like you said, he's an older guy, so he doesn't have much time left, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, production, just creative, just stuff didn't work out. I'm not mad at him because the guy could go. He's one of the best when it's time to ring the bell. And also, he wasn't really in, like, the AAA stuff, which is kind of confusing. Like, you could have thrown him in there easily. I mean, it's kind of cliche, but throw him down there, get him hyped with the crowd, some stuff.
So there was a report, and that's why I said I don't want to, like, try to speak too much to it because I don't know what's true and what's not. I don't know how much of it is WWE saying, like, hey, like, and I don't know how much of it is Andrade just – the report was that they did ask him to do AAA stuff, and he refused. But the report also said people from Andrade's camp said, like, there was never nothing from AAA put across his desk.
Yeah, see,
So that's what I'm saying. It's too much conflicting information out there.
Yeah, wrestling's such a tricky business because it's not like, we watch basketball, ESPN. We can get, like, reporters who are legit, and you know what I'm saying, from the source. Because, like, wrestling, everything is kind of tucked away to protect kayfabe and the storyline. So it's just – time will tell, but you know what I'm saying. Wish you the best, Andrade. You know what I'm saying. Definitely. Wherever you go.
Supremely talented. I have no doubt he'll find work soon. Yeah. So I'm not worried about that at all. So today, of course, we are about 4 days removed from maybe what will be the best one of the best days in wrestling history in recent memory, if both shows deliver. Saturday afternoon, we have All Out. Saturday night, we have Wrestlepalooza. I do have both cards in front of us. At the end, of course, we will do our review or predictions, I should say. Mm-hmm. Of course, we will do our regular SmackDown and Raw review, get into those predictions, and we will get out of here.
Yeah. Also, I want to add, I looked up the ESPN app, because you got to get a whole new app and everything like that. Mm-hmm. You can get a bundle, so you can get Disney, Hulu, and ESPN for $30. So that's not too bad. It's not too crazy. You basically getting $10 a piece for each of them. So that's not too bad. I might look into that thing because they got a deal. You can just pay $8 down. You pay the rest of $20 rest of the month. So I might do that. So unless somebody got a VPN, but you know what I'm saying. But hey, you know what I'm saying. Just find a way to do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, I saw Joe Test say last night. He was like, "If you got ESPN already, you're good." So I gotta look into it before Saturday, but. One way or another, Wrestlepalooza will be watched. All Out will be watched as well.
Worst case, wrestling party at Barry's crib.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into SmackDown. I'll say the high. As for SmackDown, the highs were high, the lows were low for the episode. Some good wrestling though. Out of the matches we did get, I think they went 3 matches again this week because Julia and B-Fab technically didn't even get started. It was kind of an angle. So we did 3 matches again this week. Not mad at it. I'm not going to speak on what opened SmackDown. It sucked. But what I am going to say is what has happened with the R-Truth character, or what was supposed to be the Ron Killings character, very disappointing. I know when that particular promo happened, we got on the show and we talked about hey, I'm excited for people to see this side of Ron Killings that I didn't necessarily get to see during my childhood. I know you probably didn't get to see much of it. If you didn't see him in early TNA, NWA, you probably didn't know much about it. So I felt like this was an opportunity for people to see that.
Mm-hmm. Hell, even that him and Miz, that Survivor Series angle they had with The Rock and Cena, that angle they had.
Even that was a little more serious, yeah. So disappointing for sure. Like I said, I'm not going to speak to the promo in general. Truth did what he could, but I'm not moved by the other individual that was involved in 2025. So with that, we are going to start with the United States. Real Graps. The United States Open Challenge. Sami Zayn versus Rey Fenix. Oh man. So as we saw last week, Sami Zayn said he wanted to continue the legacy that John Cena started with the U.S. Open Challenges and give those to up-and-coming superstars who may not be getting as many opportunities as others. In this case, Rey Fenix was the lucky man this week. Great matchup, man. First time ever, I believe, across any promotion. I don't know. I don't want to be wrong, but I do believe that's the case. Killer match, man. Sami Zayn once again managed to make me think that the Blue Thunder Bomb was going to beat someone when it almost never has. Phoenix showed up and showed out. The closing sequence of the match itself was great. No real complaints, man. Well, I do have a complaint if this is going to be a thing. Shinsuke Nakamura was seen in the background of Sami Zayn's business a couple times that night. I am not moved by Shinsuke Nakamura in the year 2025. I want to be very clear about that. He had his chance. He blew it. I'm over it. But I'm pretty sure it's going to happen anyway. But I just want to make it be known I'm over it.
If what I saw was true, and when they go with this, it could be a little positive. They said that I think Shinsuke or Sammy's first match in NXT, they was against Shinsuke's first match in NXT was against Sammy. So is
the first and only. That I know why you say that, because that is the first and only. That is the most notable match Shinsuke Nakamura has in WWE. Everybody else thinks he literally phoned it in after that match. I'd be a hard person to disagree with you.
If that is the case, let Shinsuke have his moment. Good callback, way to end up his story, his career. Shinsuke, one of the best in the world over time. I'm a Shinsuke fan. Not like this guy, as we can tell. Whoa. So kind of excited. I'm not excited, but you know what I'm saying, it could be cool. You know, like we said with Sammy, he can make a broomstick look good. So hey, also if this Shinsuke semi match is good, Cross, you suck. So
well, that was obvious already.
So yeah, but like on the other hand, I am excited for if anybody could put on great TV matches. You say it's Sheamus. I'm saying it's Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
Let Sami just keep cooking, because like we said before, SmackDown been stinking. You know what I'm saying? We've been outside Friday nights lately because SmackDown sucks. So yeah, I'm glad if anybody could do it, make the U.S. challenge look good, it's gonna be Sami Zayn, because he can make anybody look good. More people. Let's get more mid-carders on the title. Let's get some NXT call-ups, hopefully over time, because SmackDown needs whatever they can do to just make it watchable. Because whoever is writing it is just phoning it in, as you just said earlier. So I'm excited to see what they do with this.
I'm gonna let you know right now, and I'm sure you know this. I don't know if you're just trying to help him save face. Road Dogg is writing SmackDown, bro. Road Dogg is writing SmackDown. Road Dogg, you got a lot of shit to answer for. All right. Jade versus Tiffany for the women's title. It's the second match of the night. I'm not going to lie. So while I was not unimpressed with the SummerSlam matchup they had, this one felt like it had a little more depth. I enjoyed it. I felt like, I'm not super critical of Jade. I'm not super critical of Tiffany, but I felt like I saw a lot of improvement within the match. I felt like maybe, because some people said the fact that their SummerSlam match went only like 8 minutes is kind of an indication that whoever in the back doesn't necessarily trust them to go out there and put on like a sustained match. Mm-hmm. I came away from this match feeling like a lot more confident in Jade Cargill. Like if you would have put the belt on Jade Cargill after that particular match, I would have been like, okay, like let's see.
Yeah, Jade has been improving, which is all we've been asking for. In AEW, straight squash matches. Since she's signed to the WWE, she's been like the hot tag. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say 5 moves of doom, but it's been like quick work.
Yeah, it's been short. Yeah,
it's been short work with the tag team matches with her and Bianca, and then the 6-man tags with her, Bianca, and Naomi. Mm-hmm. So now we can see Jade get some, get her feet a little wet, which is what we need, because that's what she needs, because she can be a face of the company, star power. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how long we have her, because we know where she's going to end up like a couple of years down the line. It's just Hollywood is calling.
Yeah,
So this was a good match in my opinion. They delivered. Tiffany, did she look good? Tiffany, did she put on decent moves? Moveset was strong. Jay looked good as well. But like you got in the notes, we just gotta wrap this up, man.
I was gonna say, so this did end in a draw. Excuse me. Jade and Tiffany pushed each other to the limit. Did end in a draw, but of course Nia Jax reappears. I want to be very clear, because like you said, I do got it in the note. This Nia Jax thing has to end. My issue is not with Nia Jax as a competitor, a character, any of that. My issue is, logically speaking, there is no reason for Nia Jax to be challenging for the WWE Women's Championship. Again. She has lost to Tiffany Stratton on several occasions. She lost the title to Tiffany Stratton. I don't know necessarily how many defenses. I would have to actually look it up. But we have seen Nia Jax versus Tiffany several times, and they've been great. Let me not get that confused. Like the last match they had on that SmackDown where Tiffany bust Nia open with the chair. Yeah. They have been great matches. But logically speaking, from a strictly logic standpoint, like this doesn't need to be happening anymore, bro. And a lot of the problem I have with Tiffany Stratton's reign is just the fact that like they're kind of thrown together / repeating opponents. There's no like super built-in story. Tiffany faced Charlotte once at WrestleMania, and Charlotte went on about her way. Nia Jax has faced Tiffany Stratton about 3 times. The Jade thing, I don't mind too much.
Yeah, because Jade, like we said with Rhea and Io, Jade is a future. Jade could be like the face of the company. Mm-hmm. Let's save her till, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble season, get her a little more comfortable until it's time to push her. But like we said, man, Tiffany, she is one of the future of the stars. She needs a good reign. Like, yeah. I'm trying to think of like somebody who had like a bad first title reign. It kind of set them back. Oh, Liv. That first Liv reign kind of
was a little short-lived.
Short, and then like it made people want to be like, I don't want to see our world champion again. So they need to do better with that, in my opinion. But like you said earlier, man, Road Dogg, you writing this show, please, do something, because like it's just so easy to just. have like somebody, like anybody, just make it random, make her open challenge, just anybody. Like you got all these people in the back in NXT, just something, just.
And this is why those mid-carders that you cut shouldn't have been cut, because it's okay to have a mid-carder versus the world champion every now and then.
Yeah, like
it doesn't always have to be a main eventer. It could be a fringe main eventer. It can be like an upper mid-carder. It's okay to do that sometimes. But also, this is why it's time for a draft, bro. Like, the Raw, as compared to the SmackDown women's division, I don't feel like the Raw women's division is like stale, bro. Like, yeah, like we got Io and Rhea a couple times, and you know there are a couple repeat matches here and there,
but it's at least entertaining.
But it's entertaining,
like
and also
like we've seen Lyra and Roxanne go numerous times, and her like.
But we don't see it back to back weeks, so like it might happen like every other month or something. And on top of that, again, Raw is booked from a logical standpoint. All the time, Raw is booked from a logical standpoint. When Rhea lost the title to Io, at least they didn't insult us and give her a rematch immediately. Yeah. She had to go through a couple people, take a couple side quests. You know what I mean? Like, we weren't insulted. But if I've watched Tiffany Stratton beat Nia Jax definitively, there is no reason why I should see Nia Jax on SmackDown. On top of that, randomly out of the blue, Nia Jax can disappear from SmackDown for weeks. Just randomly pop up and attack Tiffany Stratton and have a valid case for the belt. Like, what are we doing?
And then, like you said, she busted her, like, she made her bleed. That should be a definitive way to just end it for, like, a good couple months at least. Like, have Nia be like, all right, this is my only chance. Even with Becky and Lyra, if I beat you again, you're done as long as I'm champion. Like, it's just
something.
Like,
bro.
It's just so.
We've seen you pull out the stipulation. Like, do something, man. So, I will say, because of how the Tiffany and Jade match went this time around, because of how the Tiffany and Nia matches have gone, and because I've got a glimpse of Jade and Nia, I think obviously the angle is going to involve all three of these women. And I don't know where that match takes place, because I have a lot of doubt that a 6 match is added to Wrestlepalooza. But I am excited for the eventual match between those three because of how all of those elements work together, or how I've seen them work together on separate occasions.
Yeah, because now you don't have to have Tiffany carry Jade. You can just have it like even make it 33% of everybody fall off. And like we said, these triple threat matches this year have been amazing. So,
like, I don't think I've seen any like women's triple threat match lower than like a 4. If we're going on a star rating, like lower than a 4-star rating, to be honest. That's just my opinion. Melo's got next. In a backstage segment, as we talked about earlier, Sami Zayn is giving open challenges to up-and-coming stars, people who need more opportunities, people who need more spotlight. Who have we been talking about for the past couple of months, begging for more opportunities, begging for more spotlights, because we know who he is, we know how talented he is? Carmelo Hayes. I believe it's going to take place next week, or not next week, but on this week's edition of SmackDown before Wrestlepalooza. I would hope so. Melo versus Sami Zayn. I believe we've seen the match before, if I'm not mistaken.
I can't remember, honestly, but who cares? It's going to deliver.
Yeah, but it's going to slap regardless, so I'm not worried about that. Obviously, I'd love Melo to win the United States title. I don't think it's going to happen. There's obviously still I'm not going to say larger story at play with Miz, because I don't know if he's bigger than the United States title in 2025. But let me say this. There is a larger story in play for Carmelo Hayes and what this is going to mean to his career, I think. Over the past couple of weeks, we've seen Miz kind of like going to Nick Aldis and like kind of telling Melo or trying to put Melo in his back pocket and leech on to Melo and like get these tag team title opportunities and try to keep himself relevant. Melo obviously turns the tables this time around, and like he's one goes to Nick Aldis, and 2 also goes to Sami Zayn and just like lets him know straight up like, hey, like I got Nick's, it's my turn. And like he's letting the Miz know. Actually, this was very clever. I was watching this. So if you recall, at one point in the Miz's career, he won the United States title, and he was a tag team champion with the Big Show, I believe. And he tells Miz like, hey, like Miz is trying to tell him like we should be focused on tag team titles, and Melo's telling him like what if I win the United States title and you win the tag team titles? You did it. Clever. Great callback. And a brilliant example of sometimes, and I say this because it's SmackDown, but a brilliant example of sometimes where the current regime doesn't necessarily insult your intelligence and they remind you that things happen and you shouldn't just forget it just because it's X amount of years ago.
Yeah.
So I am excited. Like I said, while I don't think this is necessarily Melo's time for the U.S. title, and obviously something that is at play with him and The Miz, I'm excited that he's even getting an opportunity to be one-on-one in the spotlight with one of the best that the WWE has to offer currently, and maybe the world has to offer. To be frank,
one of the most consistent guys, Sami Zayn. We say it every week. The man just don't miss on TV. Melo, he don't miss. Like, he puts on great matches, tag matches. He's made Miz pull out a bag of tricks like that we never seen, that we didn't expect whenever these Miz and tag team, with these Melo and Miz tag team matches. Let Miz cook. He's the future of this company. Get him, please give us 20 minutes. Just don't give us.
Phoenix got like a lot of time. Yeah. Him and Phoenix got a lot of time. Him and Cena got a lot of time last week. Yeah. So I think we'll get something.
Yeah, just give us a good appetizer, because that's what SmackDown needs, like we've been saying.
Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre in the main event. Pretty good. No complaints. Obviously, this was a setup for an angle. But before we get to that, did you see what happened during the match?
Enlighten me, please.
Well, apparently at some point in the match, or not apparently, I did see this. Drew McIntyre slams Randy Orton against the ropes, and Randy Orton looks pissed. Like, this is the version of Randy Orton that, like, when Kofi botched the move, was like, stupid. That was this version of Randy Orton when that shit happened. Randy rolls out of the ring. Like, he's basically, like, no-selling the whole shit, bro. Like, everything Drew is doing, he's, like, no-selling shit. Like, at one point, Randy Orton looks over to somebody in the crowd and is like, like, he's no-selling Drew's punches, all that. He get back in the ring, poke Drew in the eyes, and, like, get back to business. Like, that was really like 09 Randy, like, popping out for me.
Yeah, I'm watching the clip now. This is
dog.
He looks very upset.
He's pissed. And at one point he's like, I've been working here 25 years. 25, nobody's ever slammed me against the fucking ropes. Like, he's pissed, bro.
25 goddamn years and no one's ever slammed me against the goddamn ropes.
Dude, he's pissed. And I don't know if McIntyre did it on purpose. I don't know if it was on accident, because in the match, like, Randy was selling, like, a knee injury. Mm-hmm. So in my mind, I'm like, maybe he's slamming them against the ropes, because, like, you know, them ropes, like, I know people bounce off of them, but, like, them ropes kind of hard. Like,
yeah, I don't know if this is like was this the Claymore? Because that looks like a complete no sell.
Yeah, that was the yeah. I don't know, bro. Yeah, Randy, I don't know. But he was pissed. Like, he was legitimately pissed. Which is crazy, because, like, him and Drew McIntyre have worked together, like, several times before. And, like, everything's going well. So I don't know. I think maybe it was just a bad light for Randy. I don't know, but he was pissed. Like I said, it was a good match. But again, obviously the setup for an angle. Drew McIntyre did win the match, but he was about to deliver the same thing to Randy Orton that he did to Cody Rhodes, which is the Claymore through the panel of the announce table. Lo and behold, QB1 returns after several weeks on the shelf, which in non-kayfabe terms means he's back from the Street Fighter filming. Man, that motherfucker looks jacked. That looks like a nigga that's supposed to be playing Guile. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, man, shout out to him. Shout out to him. Shout out to 50. Looks, you know, say what you want to say. 50 looks like in amazing shape. So whatever they're doing for this movie,
yeah, like, the niggas are locked in.
I'm excited. Not gonna lie. Like, I'm excited. I think they said 2 coming out too. So
yeah,
I'm excited. They locking in like this. This should be a good movie. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. And
a lot of people are skeptical of the movie because it's supposed to come out next year, and it feels like it's coming together kind of quick for a movie that's supposed to come out next year. They'll probably have my money. I won't lie to you.
Yeah. First thing.
And speaking of people having my money, Dwayne, I will be sure to go see the Smashing Machine in IMAX. I know them Saudi niggas supposed to be paying you a lot of money to try to come back to WrestleMania next year. I don't want you there. So I'm going to go see the Smash Machine like 5 times. I won't lie to you. I'm going to make sure you well off and you never got to come back to wrestling again.
I mean, I heard it's good. You know what I'm saying?
No, I've heard this is his best work yet.
Yeah.
And he also looks in tremendous shape. I will say that. He looks great. Like, he looks like he wants to live past 50.
Hey, man, best case scenario, this movie does great.
He never comes back.
We get the Oscar-nominated Dwayne Johnson. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga don't win an award, he's not coming back, bro. I mean, no, if this nigga don't win an award, he's coming back, so be prepared.
Let's get it. Hey, Emmys, Grammys, MTV Awards.
Run that shit up.
Billboard.
Run all that shit up.
BET, NAACP.
Whatever he can win, give it to him.
Give it to him, please.
I'm good on Dwayne Johnson.
Christian Bale, Christopher Nolan, call his phone. George Lucas, call his phone. Hell, Jordan Peele, call his phone. Anybody. But
so listen, all jokes aside, I really don't think he's coming back because on top of that, he's supposed to be in a Scorsese movie sometime next year.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And like, if he's really getting into more serious roles and shit, like I don't think he's coming back.
You gotta lock in for Scorsese, man.
Yeah, like I don't think he's coming back. But back to Cody Rhodes, tremendous shape. We are obviously in Wrestlepalooza season. Cody Rhodes came back and, in so few words, challenged Drew McIntyre to a match for the WWE title at Wrestlepalooza. I don't know how he made that shit sound cool, but he did. So we are going to see that. I'm not going to give my prediction for that just yet. Holy shit. Sorry, we have NXT Homecoming on in the background. But yeah, I'm not going to give my prediction on that just yet. But glad to have him back. Yeah, just glad to have him back.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Cody fan, but you know what I'm saying? SmackDown needs whatever he can to move the needle, quote unquote. Mm-hmm. So Cody, welcome back. Excited to see where y'all go from here. You know what I'm saying? Drew, one of the most consistent guys. Cody, consistent guys, workhorse of the company. Let's get this rolling. Let's make this interesting because SmackDown needs it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Not too much to ask for. Just please deliver because SmackDown needs it. Friday night needs it. QB1. Lead us on the 2-minute warning down till it's WrestleMania season. Do
your thing, man.
Please, just, you know what I'm saying? Anything.
The show is always better with its ace around. Monday Night Raw, live from Springfield, Massachusetts, home of where John Cena played college football, and of course, who better to open with than the greatest of all time?
I had no idea he was offensive lineman.
That shit's crazy. Like when I looked at those pictures, like I had no idea. Like I thought he might have played.
Like I never knew that's where 54 came from. I was like, that's such a weird number. But
no, so I've saw the 54. Like I've always seen that number.
Yeah, like,
but I didn't know he was playing lineman. Like I thought he might have been like a linebacker or some shit.
Yeah, like 54 as a lineman is kind of crazy. Like
that shit is crazy, dog.
They gave me number 50 for offensive lineman as a freshman, and that you could tell why because I was a freshman. So 54 is insane, bro.
Yeah, man. But in Springfield, Massachusetts. We opened the show with John Cena just, doing John Cena things as usual. Getting you pumped for a match with an individual some of us just don't give a fuck about. But, John Cena managed to do it anyway. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Like I said, we've talked about this extensively ad nauseum, so I'm not going to get too much into it. But I am past the point of John Cena losing anything until December. This needs to be a definitive win over Brock Lesnar. The story around the career of those two, which I will speak to a little bit, is always that like Brock Lesnar's been John Cena's, we can say final boss, so to speak. There have been multiple matches over the past like decade or so where Brock Lesnar has always gotten the best of John Cena. I think John Cena has beaten Brock Lesnar once in his career, if I'm not mistaken. And that was at Extreme Rules, like 2011. But early 2000s, Brock Lesnar would always get the advantage. Obviously, in the 2015s, or 10s, I should say, Brock Lesnar, for the most part, had the advantage. We know where Suplex City was born from. Never forget that night. But yeah, man. So I will say this. Again, I'm not moved by Brock Lesnar in 2025 just because of what is what. But we have seen John Cena in the past two premium live events that we have gotten. And, of course, the SmackDown match with Sami Zayn. And he didn't necessarily have to get anything out of Sami Zayn, so this more so applies to Logan Paul. And he didn't have to get anything out of Cody Rhodes, so this more so just applies to Logan Paul. And in this instance, would probably apply to Brock Lesnar. I am once again hopeful that John Cena can put on a quality match because of, obviously, again, the last three instances we have seen when John Cena was in the ring. I am hopeful that it looks like something completely different than what we've seen in the past from these two. I know it won't necessarily be 2011 because this is just a standard one-on-one match. So if anything, it'll be closer to that SummerSlam match, probably with a very different ending. That is my hope. Like I said, I hope it looks like something, but some people are who they are in 2025. So we will see.
In the words of Dusty Rhodes, boy, what did he say? If they put it in a book, you couldn't teach it. I'm messing up, but like my favorite rapper says, boy, I can sell water to a beach. John Cena did the damn thing again, man. Like, yeah, man. I am now ready for this match. The blurred lines, the fourth wall of, you know what I'm saying, a controversial guy still raises eyebrows because why the hell are we getting this match? Because who really asked for this besides probably the big boards up top? Mm-hmm. I'm ready. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? John Cena, you can't teach what John Cena has, man. If it was in a book, you can't read it, you wouldn't understand it. John Cena can do whatever. He can make two spiders making a spider web look entertaining. I'm excited for this match. I don't know where we go from here. You know what I'm saying? Brock Lesnar being a squash match guy. Are we getting the Extreme Rules? John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Haymaker, Brawl? Who knows? Because as of now, it's a regular match. You know what I'm saying? Pinfall submission. If something does change down the line and it is a no DQ match, that would be amazing in my opinion, because where do we go from here after this? You know what I'm saying? We don't really need Brock. Grace of God, we get Brock versus Gunther. That might suit some people, but honestly for me, I don't really need it right now. There's too many people we can do from that. Yeah. Cena we just got to embrace the time, man. I think he got 6 dates left.
6, bro.
Yeah, so just please, whoever's writing and producing this match, just give us something, because
6 dates and we're not going to see him until Crown Jewel after this.
Yeah, so even then, are we even getting a match there? We don't know yet.
Oh, we're absolutely getting a match. That nigga not showing up to Australia to not wrestle, bro.
Just in hindsight. So I'm just hoping whoever produces and writes this match just doesn't let us down, because John Cena, like we've been saying, these promos have been a lot better. The presentation has been amazing. Shout out to Alicia and the other SmackDown ring announcer. Mm-hmm. The introductions, chef kiss. It's like that boxing feel. So I'm going to just keep saying it again. Whoever's producing this match, just please don't let us down. It's already been shaky, bumpy road since Elimination Chamber with this Cena run. So wrestling gods, please deliver. That's all we ask.
Man.
Please.
And I'll say this before we move on. I feel very ashamed. Honestly, I shouldn't even feel ashamed. The fact that this company had me wanting to not be on John Cena's side for 4 to 6 months, when, like, he very well could have they should have just let him be babyface John Cena, bro. Truthfully, this version of John Cena to me is like the most. So yes, heel John Cena was desperate, but like desperate babyface John Cena, like, it's different to me, bro.
It's top tier.
Like, this isn't just like the John Cena that usually, you know what I'm saying, stands strong and he still is never give up, but this also isn't the same John Cena that just like is as confident as he used to be, bro. Like, he acknowledges that, like, hey man, like, a lot of my best days are behind me, bro, but like, I do this for y'all. So like, when the general internet consensus is like, hey, John Cena, like, again, if you get to December and just be like, hey, bro, like, I got a few more months left, nobody's going to get mad at you for lying, bro. That is the general consensus. So the fact that we spent those first few months like having to kind of boo John Cena, it kind of hurts knowing that we're closer to the end.
Yeah. Nah, the character work was pretty cool. Like the jokes stuff was firm. Him pointing at the kid was hilarious. But the higher powers, whoever, somebody stepped out. You know what I'm saying? If Travis couldn't sell a move properly, that's what we led up to this. Then, you know what I'm saying? Let's just appreciate John for these last couple months.
Absolutely.
Like I said, man, he could sell beach to a land. He could sell water to a beach. He could sell cotton to a sheep. I'm excited for this match now. I'm just hoping it delivers. Just please, Hunter, somebody, just don't let us down because Cena, one of the GOATs, like he said, I'm a work guy. You tell me what to do, I'm not gonna question you. I'm gonna just get it done. And so I'm gonna just keep repeating the same thing because we just don't let us down, man.
Amen.
That's all I ask. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't have LeBron on this final year turn into a stretch 3. Like don't put LeBron in the corner for his last year, man.
Tell him to shoot.
Yeah, tell him to shoot, man. Let LeBron do his thing, man. Let's just let John Cena cook, man.
Yeah, man. Whew. Our first match of the night, Lyra versus Roxanne. Brilliant matchup. Women's Wrestling Entertainment strikes again. Like I said, brilliant matchup. Lyra gets a W. Of course, as is the case when you're facing a member of the Judgment Day, you always got to watch your back. Raquel attacks Lyra after the matchup, and we finally get the return of Bayley. And we've been talking about this for weeks, and we've been speculating what the character will look like based off the vignettes, etc. We are seeing the 3 faces of Bayley in full effect. So, I believe...
Did she come out to any music, or did she just run out?
Her regular music.
Okay, yeah.
So, from what I'm understanding, we have role model Bayley. I'm assuming we're just going to have, like, let's just say Pam, which is obviously regular, Bayley in real life. Mm-hmm. And then you have the hugger Bayley. I want to say we saw about 2 of those sides last night. Well, no, we actually saw all 3. It was obviously, regular. Let's say Pam came out to help Bayley. Mm-hmm. I mean, he came out to help Lyra. We see hugger Bayley walking around hugging everybody in sight. Hugs Graves. Hugs Joe Test to the point he almost falls out of his seat. Hugs Alicia. Hugs the ref. Jessica Carr.
Yeah.
Like, it was
Hugs some fans.
Some fans, like, bro, it was insane. But, like, the moment I saw it, like, I wondered how it would play out on screen. I loved every second of it, bro.
And I love how we didn't know when it was going to happen. It just happened out of
nowhere. Yeah, like, it just happened. Like, I wasn't sure if Bayley was going to be back, like, Monday, but she was.
You feel what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying? Raquel getting ejected from the ring and then her coming back. Might I add, she looks great. You know what I'm saying?
Incredible.
Maybe next year she might get a world title. I don't know. Or IC title. Listen. She looks great. Just saying that.
Yeah, man.
And then Lyra Roxanne, workhorses of the company.
Easily.
Man. They
definitely the futures of the division.
Yeah.
But another interesting, and this happened later in the show, but I'll go ahead and cover it now just so we can like kind of save some time. Lyra kind of goes back to Bayley's locker room, and before Lyra actually even gets to interact with Bayley, like you just hear Bayley like talking to herself, a couple different voices, again, every character involved, idiot, she needed our help, da da da,
ding dong,
yeah, like Lyra knocks on the door and lets herself in.
That was hilarious.
Bayley goes off. Who told you to let yourself in the locker room?
I could have been changing.
Yeah, like I could have been changing.
I could have had company. Like,
dog, I am so thrilled to see how this plays out on screen.
I don't know if this was intentional, but like the hexagon stuff in the background, kind of like trapped. That's like some real nerd shit. But just that's kind of, I don't know if that was intentional.
That's a good catch though.
That was kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is. Hey, listen, Charlotte, you've been looking better. You know what I'm saying, personality wise, but we know who number 1 is, but you know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you mentioned that because I will say as a whole, and I don't know if this is intentional. I don't know if this is intentional. I don't know if it's like accidental or maybe they're just trying stuff. But ultimately, with women characters, there hasn't been. It's like we don't always get to go in depth and explore these different like areas of them. Like if they're not a champion, like a lot of times they don't put a lot of thought into the character creatively. Over the past few months, and I want to say maybe since the start of the build to Evolution, we've seen like more depth to these women characters. And obviously we'll speak to like Asuka later. But like, for example, anytime somebody tries to get close to Io, Asuka's shutting that shit down. Like, Rhea is becoming, like Rhea's still very much the Eradicator, but like more emotion is being
She's
shown.
getting more like humanized.
Yeah, being more humanized. Lyra, obviously, I think a lot of who she is on screen is like her in real life, but
it's
like
it's
still
quirky, like the quirky, like not cringy, but like it's hilarious. Like,
or even if it is cringy, it's a cringy that works.
Yeah,
like Charlotte is obviously getting more depth to her character. Her and Bliss. We see what's going on with Bayley. Like,
Naomi, like that. The
all
crash
of these,
out. You know
like there's a lot more depth to these characters, bro. So again, I don't know if this is by design. I don't know if they just finally locked in and said, "Hey, like like talent wise, those women are absolutely on footing, if not better than the men. I would argue better, to be honest.
Like I've been saying, without like Punk, Drew, Cody, Roman, Seth, you get them the last 20, 30 minutes. Let the women cook, bro, because they delivering. You know what I'm saying? Even like, this Kiana and Julia stuff, it works. Like, just expose it some more, and we gonna get there.
So to me, the next step, because like I said, talent wise, they're better or on par, whichever one you want to argue. Character, I feel like they're really putting them on equal footing. Mm-hmm. The next step is having more than one like women's match on the PLE, and Wrestlepalooza kind of. It has more than two women featured.
Over time, we'll definitely get there. Because like we said, a lot of these guys, they're older. Like, I don't know if any of them is under 30. Because everybody's like, I don't want to call them old, but they're like vets. So in due time, it's going to be like the women running shit, bro. Because
we talk about this a lot. But they're in the territory where one, they are going to have to start leaning on women more, which I think they are doing. Which is maybe why these characters
I think they're getting ready for it over time. Because you got to use up Punk, Roman, Cody, Seth, Drew, the top-notch guys, because the time is on the way. Because they're gonna sell out arenas. Like we saw that with Evolution, man. You just put on 5 good matches, it's the show of the year. Like it's a layup as it is.
So like talent-wise, character-wise, the next step is like getting more women's matches on these premium live events. But and also again, they're in that territory where it's the women, and like you said, some of those top guys are like vets and like getting up there in age. Start leaning on the young guys. Start building up Carmelo Hayes. Start taking chances on some of these other people. But yeah, man, they're in great shape right now. I'm loving what they're doing with the women. Penta versus Kofi Kingston. Great match for Penta, of course. Brilliant showcase. Got his win back over Kofi Kingston. Angle that happens later in the night. Penta is attacked by the New Day. I mentioned we saw Phoenix for the first time in a while on SmackDown. Did have the U.S. title open challenge, but like doesn't have much of a direction right now. Andrade leaving the company may have sped up what we've been speculating for months, which is ultimately the reunion of the Lucha Brothers. But I say union because this would be the first time they would be together in WWE. We may be seeing that soon. As I've said previously, the War Raiders stuff is cool. It's a nice little makeshift tag team thing, but like, give us the Lucha Bros, man.
Yes. Unfortunately, with the release of Andrade, because Andrade and Phoenix was cooking, you know what I'm saying? They two guys, they ring the bell, it's time to go. I mean, you know what I'm saying? People have been a little upset with this whole New Day run. I'm a fan of it, actually. It's like a whole different side of it, of the New Day we've been seeing for the last...
I think it's a little better, yeah. I think it's better than it was.
Yeah, like it's the last 10, 11 years they've been in the business with their little quirky nerd gimmick. Still nerdy. Like, they got, like, the dark Super Saiyan stuff, which is amazing on my part. Grayson, he's hilarious, I'm not going to lie. He's charismatic. You can't teach charismatic. Give him some more pressure with the big guys because, like we said, you got to start pushing these young guys sooner and sooner because we don't have much time with these older guys. Grayson, charismatic, got his own show, you know what I'm saying, the Grayson Waller effect. He's hilarious. He knows how to read the room and make jokes and everything. And when it's time to fight, he puts on good matches. So with the whole luchador, with the Lucha Brothers thing, hey, it's time. Like it might, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I love the War Raiders, but this really don't fit them in my opinion. Like things, just let them like fight every week. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to give them the best personality stuff right now. One of the best tag teams in our generation, the Lucha Bros and the New Day. The story writes itself, man.
Absolutely.
It's just
and it brings you a step closer to fixing the Raw tag team division.
Yeah, because like somebody was saying, I think the Judgment only defended their titles
once.
Yeah, once since June. Yeah, which is
the same issue they had the last title reign, by the way.
Exactly.
Trouble with the Usos. So, earlier on in the night, Jimmy and Jay arrived to the arena. Obviously, if you remember the events of last week, Jay dropped LA Knight with a spear to close Monday Night Raw. Now, as Jimmy and Jay arrived to the arena for the show this week, LA Knight obviously comes to confront Jay. Adam Pearce, hoping for peace that night. LA Knight tells him, like, hey, you want peace tonight? Only way you getting is if I get, the bronze again. Pearce says, you know what, that's fine. But you got to get a partner of your choosing. LA Knight chooses Jimmy Uso.
Yeah.
Crazy. But, so initially, Jimmy Uso tells LA Knight no. He said, hey, I got them in a couple days at Wrestlepalooza. You kind of put me in a tough spot with my brother. That's going to be that. Later on in the night, Jay Uso walks up to Jimmy. He like, hey, bro, like, LA Knight finna ask you to be his tag team partner. You got to say no. That nigga Jimmy said, like,
oh, bro.
So I got to do what? In short, to paraphrase, Jimmy tells this nigga Jay, like, hey, bro, you need to take some of that bass out your voice, my nigga. Like, you not the tribal chief, bro. Like, you don't have the Ula Fala. I don't know why you talking to me this way.
I'm not one of your little friends.
Yeah, I'm not one of your little friends. Like, you need to cut that shit out. And this ultimately prompts Jimmy. First off, let me say this. So when that happened, when it first happened, and Jimmy told him no, my thought was like, oh my God, he finna ask John Cena the rest of the vision tonight. Like, let's go. Man, this nigga Jay gotta go run his fucking mouth. Jay gotta go run his fucking mouth, dog.
And also the phone call. I know.
I believe that was Roman Reigns on the phone.
I didn't know. I thought it was an actual phone call. I didn't know he was like, "Yo, call me back. I'm trying to get a hold of you." So yeah, layers.
I believe it was either Roman Reigns on the phone, or I believe it was Paul Heyman. But I believe it was Roman Reigns. I think that makes way more sense.
Yeah, way more sense.
So yeah, Jimmy. This ultimately the tone that Jay decides to take with Jimmy leads Jimmy to like find LA Knight backstage and just be like, "Hey, bro, like, you still need a partner."
My bad, bro. I was tripping.
He's like, yeah, like I was tripping earlier. Like, man. So like I said, I don't know where we're going with this Jay thing. I don't know if it's necessarily a heel thing. I don't know if it's like him looking out for number one and realizing like, family's kind of the only thing that matters in this sense. But I'm enjoying it.
Also, another great callback of Jay helping out everybody during his title reign of, hey, bro, we can't help out everybody, man. Like we gotta look out for ourselves, man. So another decent layers of that. Like you mentioned, thankfully in this new era, there's a lot of anti-villains. Like Drew, like I said, him an anti-villain. KO, anti-villain. Seth, anti-villain before this run. So with this Jay, I'm not speculating nothing. I'm gonna just let it cook. If we get Roman versus Jay with a proper build-up for the Ula Fala, I'm not too mad at it. You know what I'm saying? They first match, I'm gonna do a little asterisk because I think Roman got hurt early in the match.
He got hurt.
Roman got hurt early in the match. So,
and we have seen them go face to face before, and it was like really like in the I Quit match, like it was really good. So
yeah, so
I have hope for it.
Yeah, I have hope for it. Now, this Jay can act his ass off. You know what I'm saying? Somebody was like, my homie was telling, he was laughing about how nobody could get out Wrestlepalooza.
Yeah,
I don't know if you caught that. So I'm excited to see where they go from here. Yeah, Jay, right hand Jay, crash out Jay. Let's.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes. And in a world where like bloodline lore kind of pisses me off sometimes, this particular story is interesting to me. Like it's night and day from the shit they was trying to do with Solo and the MFT, which obviously I don't think is necessarily done. But it's night and day, and this is a lot better.
I heard people say that Solo promo Friday night was pretty good. I haven't watched.
Oh no, it was.
Yeah,
I won't lie, it was.
Yeah.
But this particular instance is night and day from where that was. So yeah. I'm interested to see where it goes.
Let the big dogs, you know what I'm saying, show you a real bloodline story.
Yeah, man.
How you supposed to do this?
The power couple face to face, man. Obviously, if you're a viewer of the program, you know that AJ Lee is back, and has aligned herself with her husband, of course, CM Punk, to take on the other husband and wife tandem, 2/5 of the division, I believe. Yeah, because there's 5 of them technically.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. This face-to-face did not disappoint. The last, really, everything they've done on TV has not disappointed.
I want to be mad at it so bad, but it just, 4 people, they get the job done. Hey, y'all 4, I got 20 minutes. Do your thing.
They're having a lot of fun, bro.
Like, it is hilarious.
Again, I no longer believe CM Punk hates Seth Rollins or vice versa. I believe everybody involved is having fun. Once again, for what is the third week or third segment in a row, CM Punk has not stopped fucking smiling.
Hey man, shout out.
He's so glad to have his wife back at work.
Shout out love, man.
Still sporting the AJ Lee shirt.
If you see me with a Spider Hurt T-shirt, I don't know whatever you want to call it, just know it was worth it. Cause
yeah, man,
we are back.
But what I did want to talk about in this segment in particular, we talk a lot about things being rooted in reality and like blurred lines in wrestling. This segment was a masterclass in doing so. Obviously last week AJ talked about like her mental health journey, but also like her health journey in general. If you did not know, AJ and CM Punk has said this in the past when people would ask AJ if AJ was coming back. AJ had some neck issues. Obviously seems like she's free and clear of those now. But AJ had some neck issues. And Becky Lynch kind of brings it up like, I read your book. I know you got neck issues. Like, CM Punk, what you gonna do when like I'm beating her ass and like I mess up her neck again? Like, you gonna have yourself to blame. I thought like to me the moment that happened and the moment when Seth like says like straight up, like, actually no, Becky says this. He's like, you claim the love of your wife, but like you brought her back into this situation, bro. Like what? Like this is gonna be on you. And then at one point Seth says like, your husband tends to leave things that when he gets let down, and like when you lose on Saturday, hate to see what happens to you. Obviously, that's not gonna fucking happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, win or lose, like, nigga ain't just gonna leave. But like,
all 4 of them put on a master class of
it was
promo,
incredible.
Storytelling, coming full circle. The architect, he got me, man. You know what I'm saying? I got somebody. I don't hit women. I got somebody who does. And then
the call back to the segment from like 2 weeks ago.
You ain't talking to me. I'm finna walk out. No, Becky leaves, come back, boom. The architect does it again, man. Becky hit up.
Absolutely dupes him.
Clean Becky slam.
A clean manhandle slam.
Slam, yeah.
I'm like,
AJ sold it perfectly. Now Punk is looking kind of distraught. Mm-hmm. Like, damn, I really kind of, this could be my fault, bro. Like,
so if you remember, we talk about Randy Orton very often because of that back injury. And every time something happens to Randy Orton, I'm like, I don't know if you should be doing this. Like, that's how I felt with AJ. But I don't know if you remember a couple years ago when like Daniel Bryan first got cleared.
They beat the dog shit out of him.
They beat the dog shit out of this nigga, and he took the first ever bump we saw him take in years, and took the apron power bomb. And I was sitting there like, damn, like this shit might be over. Like,
was it really worth it?
Yeah, like that is how I felt.
Go back to being a GM, bro. Go back to talking smack, bro.
Man, like that is how I felt in the moment, like watching AJ being lifted up off the mat. 'Cause you got to remember, AJ is little as hell, bro.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
Becky got some lift on that motherfucker. Like she was Kane, like she was prime Kane choke slamming somebody through the mat. Like Becky got some lift on that shit. And I'm looking at it like, oh my God. Like Wrestlepalooza might not happen on Saturday. Like, this shit might be over, bro. But it's always important to see, like, somebody who's had, like, a major injury or, like, it's always important to see them take that first major bump just to be like, hey, like, this shit ain't all feel-good story, bro. Like,
oh, yeah, we gotta
welcome back.
Yeah, like I don't want to say his name, but he did like a decent job of like making it feel a little realistic. Of like, damn, this isn't just wrestling. This is like some real shit. Like this shit hurts, man. So a good segment. This match is going to cook. The storytelling all aligned. If these four go out for drinks after this, I'm not surprised. They're having a blast. You can just see it all over their face. I'm unselfish. I come out to her music. I don't know about y'all too.
And I was also about to say, while it was a masterclass from all four of them, in my opinion, CM Punk did so much in that segment without doing anything at all. If you want to be real,
you just can't teach what he got, man.
It was like, I don't want to say he has chemistry with his wife because this is his wife, but like he so effortlessly took a backseat to her in that segment and has in the past couple of weeks. Which is great because, like, you don't want this to seem like she's just, like, a sideshow to CM Punk. Like, ultimately, before they even got married, before they got together, before they were an on-screen thing, each of them as characters were their own thing back in the day.
Like, looking back, because I wasn't really around too much for the AJ Lee run, they never really interacted that much with each other.
Dog, like, until it was time for them to actually be on screen together, and this was, like, AJ was, like, the GM or something like that. Like, they were their own characters. They were doing major things. So it's good to see that, like, I don't know who's involved all creatively within the story, as far as, like, writers. But it's good to see that, like, she has not felt like an accessory to CM Punk.
Yeah, this feels like more Becky and AJ more than just Punk versus Rollins. Like, I can see AJ and Becky getting something in the future. I can see Seth and Punk kind of like dispersing after this. Like, so shouts out to them for letting the women take like the front seat in this.
Yeah, like I think one of the best things he said in that promo was like, "I'm AJ's husband."
Yeah,
like it was that simple, bro.
AJ's husband, like over already.
It's just like small things, bro. But it was that simple. Yeah. I was glad that he did that, and I'm glad that, like I said, I don't know who's involved creatively. I don't know if it's just these four and maybe like a producer or something, but just the idea of him like kind of taking a backseat to his wife's character, like saying, "Hey, I'm AJ's husband," but also like, "Hey, like Colt's personality don't need to play tonight. Like, you niggas hear this shit almost every week. Play my wife's music." So I'm very excited. I can confidently say, and I said this last week, we are so free and clear of the 2019 Seth and Becky debacle, bro.
Oh yeah,
like we're good. We're good. Excited to see what happens on Saturday.
Like we've been saying, man, you can repeat the same stuff, just a little more flavor, bro. And it's we're not gonna care. Just make it entertaining. This is entertaining.
El Grande Americano versus Dragon Lee.
They listen to us again, man.
They listen to us once again. Dragon Lee on TV once again. What can we say about El Grande that we haven't already, bro? Phenomenal wrestler, obviously, no matter who's under the mask. But yeah, man, knocking the character out of the park. I am a little intrigued to see where this 3 El Grande Americano thing goes.
Could you imagine if it's like Dragon, AJ, and Chad Gable versus like the 3 of them?
That'd be crazy. That would be crazy. Because I don't know when Chad Gable is slated to be back.
But brother, got some news for you.
I would say it's there's a lot to be worked out for when he gets back too. Because you got to think about this. El Grande Americano was basically supposed to be a member of American Made. You have 2 other El Grande Americanos. Obviously, El Grande Americano was supposed to be Chad Gable. So it's like, what does this? I don't know what it looks like when Chad Gable gets back, but also I don't know what it looks like now with this 3 El Grande Americanos thing. Like, is it going to be Dragon Lee and he gets the LWO involved to go against him? I don't know. I'm interested to see. I will say I do think first off, I'm aware of who the other 2 El Grande Americanos are, but I don't think they're going to all go under the El Grande Americano name. There's probably going to be some crazy name for the other 2. We will see. We will get to that point when we get there. Yeah, so like we'll get there when we get there. But I'm a little confused on where it's going right now.
I saw a picture. Pete Dunne was at Worlds Collide Friday.
Yep,
I think he
as a
produced the
producer.
match. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, do your thing, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't wrestle forever.
Yeah.
Hey, you can do something else. Do it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pete Dunne. I don't yell. This is hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. The trickster. They got AJ tricking the old man. That was hilarious. The Spider-Man meme point.
Yeah.
Hilarious. You get more guys on TV. I don't know how you do it, but it's working. You know, that 6-man tag match. I'm ready for it. Don't know who the third man is on the other side, but it's gonna be exciting. But Chad, I hope you enjoy catering that night, because you might be on the back burner, bro. Because little white boy can speak a
Which
little
would
Spanish.
stink, because I think Chad Gable is one of the best in the world.
He was finally getting like his spotlight that he deserved.
I think so. I'll say this: whenever Gable gets back, you can't ignore the El Grande Americano stuff.
Yeah.
I think the best course of action, you do that for like a month and a half. Give the El Grande Americano moniker to obviously whoever wins the eventual one-on-one match.
Mm-hmm.
And you finally take Chad Gable seriously and get him either in the mid-card or in the main event picture, bro. Because he's good in either or, in my opinion. Like, I saw him go up against Cody Rhodes in one of the better TV matches I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know where that goes, but hopefully they figure it out. Stephanie Vaquera versus Kairi Sane in an absolute clinic, man. One of the better Kairi Sane performances, and I don't say that because she's a bad wrestler. I don't say, like, it's nothing like that. It's just, this is one of those ones, man.
Yeah.
And when you're in the ring with somebody like Stephanie Vaquera, like, you're bound to get you one.
Yeah, not like when you put the goofiness aside, Kairi could go, bro. Like,
yeah. Two of the best the company has to offer. Stephanie gets the W, obviously, because we are very close to Wrestlepalooza.
they finally got a Stephanie and EO segment, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, which is that's crazy in itself. I couldn't believe that was that it took this long. It's funny because we kind of talked about like the progress of the women's characters and all this other stuff. I'm not gonna say that what happened with these two felt like a setback, but it felt like more should have been given to a match of that magnitude.
These two,
with arguably two of the best women you have on this roster,
deserve a little better.
Yeah, they deserved a little better. So I don't know what went down that they couldn't have the contract signing last week, or that this should have to happen backstage, whatever. But still excited for the match on Saturday. Can't wait to see it. Obviously, we have been talking about the Kabuki Warriors stuff with EO, and it feels like it's close to coming to a head. EO has specifically asked Asuka to allow her to do this on her own on Saturday. We will see if that is the case. As we've known with Asuka for the past couple weeks, she's been kind of defiant. And again, anybody who tries to kind of get close to EO, like, she's not necessarily going for it. Like, she's trying to keep it in the family in a sense. So we'll see what comes of that. LA Knight and Big Jim versus Braun. Quality tag team. Hey, I love the Joe Hendry bit. I'm sorry.
Hey. I'm entertained no matter what. He's not going to be here tonight.
Yeah, nah, that's just crazy.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, LA Knight and Big Jim versus Braun. As we talked about earlier, Jay unknowingly strong-armed his brother into this match by the tone of voice he took with him. This is a fun match.
Yeah, I'm not gonna complain about it. You know,
surprisingly clean ending, but I think that's because they've kept some of the members of the Vision away from each other for the past couple weeks since Clash, which is overall kind of helped the perception of the team. But as stated, yeah, it was a good match. Braun takes the W, but obviously with the Vision, the post match antics. Big Jim gets attacked. LA Knight gets attacked. And for whatever reason, I don't know if this is a Fatu thing at this point, but, like, you know, waiting until niggas get smoked to come make the save is crazy.
He wasn't going to stand in the back, brother. He just got speared at 25 miles an hour.
Dog,
I think you're a little bit too late, brother.
Yeah, talk about Jay wasn't going to stand. Like, bro, he already got it. What are we doing? But yeah, comes out there, makes the save. LA Knight picks up a chair as if he's going to hit Jay. puts the chair down. Similar to last week, LA Knight tells Jay, like, hey, we good. And then, seconds later, BFT to close out Raw on Netflix, man. So obviously, Wrestlepalooza is going to be Wrestlepalooza as far as the Usos and Braun. But there's obviously something at play with LA Knight and Jey Uso. I personally am just happy to see like LA Knight around the main event.
Oh yeah,
we've been clamoring for this for a while. Obviously, I don't know when the eventual world title win comes. And I say eventual because I would like for that to happen. I think we would all like for that to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
He's been at the top of his game for like 3 years. He is one of those older veterans that we speak about. Best days are behind. Well, he's an anomaly. So his best days might be ahead, but like he is older.
Yeah.
But there's obviously something at play with him and Jey Uso. This may play out at Wrestlepalooza. It may play out sometime afterwards. We don't know.
They might be teammates at War Games, which would be hilarious.
Yeah, like there's a lot of different ways in which this can go. But again, I'm just happy he's around the main event scene.
For sure.
I'm interested. It's a good story building between that and also again Jey Uso kind of taking that advice from the tribal chief and like
quarterback.
Yeah, like starting to look out for yourself, family focused, all that. So yeah.
And I'm excited, like you said. I'm delighted LA Knight is getting his moment. I was really looking forward to LA Knight and CM Punk, two guys on the mic who just let them go at it. But hey, next best thing, one of the other over guys, the Yeet versus Yeah thing. I'm interested. You know what I'm saying? Don't know what the long game is from here, but give LA Knight that main event scene that he deserves because you see him on Slim Jim, you see him in these other commercials. He's been over for at least 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah, man.
You can't teach that. So more spots with LA Knight, I'm here for it, man. Let's see how Wrestlepalooza stacks up because this could easily be like underwhelming, but they have been delivering. So I'm excited to see what they do with this on Saturday night.
All right. We are now in our prediction portion of the episode. And I will start with All Out. Not going to lie, this one won't be super in-depth because I've been a little out of tune with Dynamite/Collision for the past 2 weeks. I know why some of these are happening. I do not know why all of them are happening. So it won't be too in-depth. I will speak to what I know. The AEW World Championship. Hangman Adam Page versus Kyle Fletcher. From what I read, this was originally supposed to be Hangman versus Wardlow.
He's hurt though, right?
Yeah, Wardlow tore a pectoral, I believe they said. Damn. So he's going to be gone for a couple months, which sucks because he just got back. Well wishes to him. Obviously, this does work because Hangman was having issues with the Don Callis family. The Don Callis family did take out Kenny Omega. So it's kind of a plug-and-play thing. Kyle Fletcher, of course, is the TNT champion. I've talked about him a couple times on this show as one of the examples of like AEW taking a chance on a younger guy and kind of solidifying their future. However, I think we're in the early stages of the Hangman Adam Page reign, so I will go ahead and take Hangman to retain his AEW World Championship.
I'm taking Hangman as well. Like I've been seeing clips. Kyle Fletcher, he delivers whenever it's time to ring the bell. One of the best guys in the he's one of the best wrestlers in the world. This should be a great match. You know what I'm saying? When it's time for Hangman to go, he goes, man. So I'm excited to see what his main event. This should be good, man.
A fatal four-way for the AEW Women's World Championship. We have Timeless Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, and Tekla. I hope I pronounced that right. To be honest, it's hard for me to pick against Toni Storm at this point. Every match I thought she's going to lose.
Yeah, you think
she ends up winning. Yeah. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take the Pat Mahomes route here and just go ahead and pick the safe bet and pick Toni Storm.
If it is a miracle, I'm gonna go with Hager because I think she's been around this picture for a while. If it's time to push the button, why not now? One of your biggest shows of the year to push a new star. Toni has been carrying his title for a while now, so if it's time to give her a break, she deserves it. So if anybody, let it be Hager.
The TBS Championship, we have Mercedes Moné versus Rio. I don't see the Moné train stopping anytime soon. Go ahead, give me Mercedes.
Same. What you got, 9 belts now?
I believe the count is 9.
Yeah, so just
We have a coffin match between Jon Moxley and Darby Allin. Give me Darby. I'm sorry, no. Give me Jon Moxley. I just don't think it's time for Darby to overcome the plight of the Death Riders just yet. I believe there's a lot more story to play out there. And recently, the Death Riders added a new member with Daniel Garcia, so I definitely think that'll come into play as well. I'm going to take Moxley in this.
I wanted to take Moxley, but I just feel like in my heart it's time to get Darby some more to the top of the card. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not beat Hangman or somebody, but just have him up there. But like you said, when you stuck with the Death Riders, you kind of stuck with them. So if this does have a continuous feud, we just got to accept it. But I'm going to just take a Hail Mary. Just give me Darby. Maybe you give Ambrose or Moxley a break for a little bit. Mm-hmm. Maybe not, but you know what I'm saying? I'm going to still take Darby, though.
We have a trios match, which would be the Hurt Syndicate. MVP would be in the ring for the first time in a couple months, I believe, because I think he did wrestle in AEW once. I could be wrong. Against Ricochet and the Gates of Agony. Whew. I actually don't know who to pick here because I don't think there's a wrong winner or loser. I think like the Hurt Syndicate is obviously one of the best things going in AEW. But I think that for Ricochet as well. But I'm going to go ahead and go with Ricochet and the Gates of Agony. Fairly new stable. And I think they benefited a lot from their beating the Hurt Syndicate. But also I don't think this necessarily just ends with Ricochet and the Syndicate either. So, I'm going to go ahead and take Ricochet and the Gates of Agony.
I think I'm going to take the same route. Don't know who's going to take the pin on the Hurt Syndicate side because they are, in the business for themselves, as we say in the business. So, give me the Ricochet. Give me the Ricochet crew.
In the match that I assume will main event, being that it contains two fellow Canadians. I don't know why I said fellow. I am not Canadian. But two Canadians. I'm not calling him Adam Copeland. I'm sorry. Edge and Christian versus FTR. I'm going to go ahead and take Edge and Christian in this. Again, they're in Canada. They're in Toronto. Why not? I don't know if the story ends here. I do know that obviously the story here or the agreement between Edge and Christian was like, you help me deal with my problem. And Christian's problem was with the patriarchy, which was like Nick Wayne, Kill Switch, and Kip Sabian. Mm-hmm. And Edge's problem is obviously FTR because they tried to shelf him. I'm going to go ahead and go, like I said, I'm going to go with Edge and Christian here. Do I think it necessarily ends here? No, but I definitely think that's the matchup.
I'm going to agree with you. Let the OGs have their moment in their city. Two of the best when it came to the tag team growing up in our era. So let them do their thing. You feel what I'm saying? Emotional night. You know what I'm saying? Tears may flood. Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see what they do for me because FTR are one of the best tags, you know what I'm saying, in the world for a lot of years. Two of the GOATs in the tag team world. They set the standard. Give me the Tweetbirds. I don't know what these called. The Peeps, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Edge and Christian.
And I will say this, Edge, well, because FTR is involved, it may be, but Edge, you better pray to God this is better than you and Sheamus because you didn't leave wrestling on your last match in Toronto is kind of crazy because that match with Sheamus was incredible. You better hope to God this shit is better. You better hope to God this shit is better because you will hear it from people, bro.
Talk about tribalism.
Yeah, you will hear it from niggas. I will not lie to you. Wrestlepalooza. The final wrestling show we will see to close Saturday night. The debut on ESPN, obviously. We have John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre, Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer, the Usos versus 2/5 of the Vision in Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, and of course the mixed tag match between Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, and CM Punk and AJ Lee. Rumor has it that John Cena and Brock Lesnar is going to main event. So I will start with I'm going to start with the mixed tag match because I believe if that's not main eventing, it is opening. I think AJ Lee and CM Punk win here simply because you obviously create an avenue to two things by both of them winning. You create an avenue to CM Punk getting a fair, or what we would assume would be a fair one-on-one opportunity with Seth Rollins. And you also open the door to the AJ Lee and Becky Lynch one-on-one match for the Intercontinental Championship. So I'm going to take the Brooks household in this matchup.
I'm going to take the same route as you. You know what I'm saying? This leads to different storylines. Becky, AJ Lee, the IC World title. I call it IC World title. Then we get Seth and Punk. You know what I'm saying? I beat you. This is my fair share of beating you again. You know what I'm saying? You really can't beat me without some shenanigans. Hence, the Roman interference and a steel cage match. Hence, the Money in the Bank.
Yep.
Create some more storylines. This is, people are tired of this feud. I'm personally not, because when it's time for them to go one-on-one, they deliver each time. So, another chapter to this book. Give me the Brooks household. Hopefully, Larry makes an appearance. That's my only.
That'd be so fucking.
That's my only.
That'd be so
That's
fucking.
my.
If Larry was
That's my
involved
only
some
wild
way,
card.
somehow, bro. I'm gonna go to another Vision matchup, and that is the Usos versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. I am not clear on what direction to take with this match, to be honest with you, because obviously everything isn't all glitter and rainbows on the Usos side of things, as opposed to, we know who the Vision are. They are destructive. They are a cohesive unit. I'm gonna take the Vision on this because there seems like, again, there's a story at play with Jay and LA Knight, but also there's a story at play with like Jimmy and Jay themselves.
I want to take the Usos so bad, but if the Vision lose, who takes the pin? Like, we're tired of seeing Bronson take the pin. Obviously, Braun, high hopes for him. He's not going to take the pin. So, worst case, match doesn't finish. Worst case, LA Knight interference. So this is not a clean win, but I'm going to take. You know what? Give me the Usos. Screw it. Just give me the Usos. I'm just going on a limb. Just give me the Usos. I don't know how. Don't know what. But yeah, just give me the Usos.
Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer. I was unclear on a winner until I read something earlier today where they said Stephanie Vaquer flew her dad in so he can watch her at Wrestlepalooza. And I know normally, sometimes having family front row don't mean shit. But I'm going to just go ahead and pick Stephanie Vaquer. I think it's time to put the rocket on her. I think putting the belt on Io is kind of a little too safe, considering she's had it this year. But also, I feel like Asuka's going to, in some way, shape, or form, involve herself in this, and is going to ultimately cost Io, which would further advance the story of Io being a little frustrated with Asuka.
Oh, if this was Naomi versus Stephanie, I would take Naomi. But we have got blessed twice with a new child on the way, and with one of the most over people in Uprising Stars, Stephanie Vaquer. So give me Stephanie, like you said. This is a big stage. Introduce a new character, a new star of the show in Stephanie. Like we said with Io, she's one of the top people. It's not her season right now. Maybe come February, WrestleMania season, get her back in the title picture. Her and Rhea had these side quests. Let Stephanie do the thing for these next couple of months. Get her feet in the water as a champion, as a world champion in this big business. Make her a new star on the worldwide leader of sports. What better way to do it than crown a new champion? Give me Stephanie Vaquer.
The WWE Undisputed Championship match. Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. So, I'm going to do a first time ever. I think this match ends up in a no contest. Simply because
her finger's still wrapped up. God damn.
Yeah. I don't know when we're going to see Bianca Belair again. But I'm choosing a no contest simply because Cody Rhodes has not necessarily been around for the build of this matchup, but also I think it's a little early to give anyone a decisive win. Now, obviously, I don't know if this ends up in Drew McIntyre being the world champion at some point in this calendar year before it ends. But also, like I said, I think it's just a little early. So I don't know if it's some type of an angle. I don't know what it is, but I don't think we get a decisive winner. I feel like this goes to a no contest, and I feel like we really carry this out and it becomes a blood feud. That's my feeling about it.
Hey man, shout out Team Chemistry because I am on the same route, but I have Cody losing via DQ because I think we might get a little hints of Cody going off the rails. If they do carry out what happened Friday night with Randy, maybe he interferes. I don't know. That would be cool. See a little crash out Randy, crash out Cody. Or Cody just wins flat out and we just get on some shenanigans that we can get this feud going a little bit longer because I do think Drew deserves a title shot. It's been too long since that WrestleMania moment. You got to get him what he deserves. He deserves a fair title run. And, this could be great because Cody, one of the best. People not – I think it's kind of fluke to, want to do character work with Cody because he's been doing so great. And like we said, you go to these arenas, the woes are loud. The pyro hits every time. So I'm gonna say DQ as well, or at least Cody wins, and we just get this. It's on some shenanigans that could bleed little crumbs to like the Cody Cena stuff, Super Cody. Maybe another glimpse of that, but I'm gonna take Cody in this one.
Okay. Again, this is the presumed main event. Say that because Joe Tessitore was on ESPN programming, and he alluded to the fact that this would be the main event. The greatest of all time, the Never Seen 17.
Gracing your presence.
Grayson Wrestlepalooza in Indianapolis with his presence one last time. Versus Brock Lesnar. I don't know how many times I can say it. I am past the point where we should see any John Cena losses prior to December. Here's what I'll say. Here's my I don't know the word I'm looking for. But here is the condition on which I will accept a John Cena loss before December. First off, it's not a Wrestlepalooza. Let me stop you there. I have John Cena winning. My condition would be obviously him beating Brock Lesnar. I don't mind him losing because I think next time we're going to see him as Crown Jewel. I don't mind him losing if it's somebody like Dominic Mysterio, Carmelo Hayes. Because by beating Brock Lesnar, whether we like it or not, it builds the equity that John Cena is on top of his game. Obviously, I don't know what the match looks like, but that is the acceptance for me to accept at least one John Cena loss prior to December. Now, as far as the match itself, frankly, I don't know what Brock Lesnar looks like in 2025. I know what he looked like in 2023. It wasn't much, but Cody was able to. I thought the trilogy with Cody Rhodes was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're getting that. Brock Lesnar hasn't wrestled in 2 years. That's the reality. Yes, Brock Lesnar only does a select couple of moves, so maybe it won't matter, and maybe Cena just plays ultimate underdog babyface. But again, I don't know what it looks like in 2025. I would hope that he brings his best, and I would hope that because people, again, this is the same case with Logan Paul. People already feel like you wasted John Cena's time with these last few opponents. I feel less of that with Logan Paul because of how the match turned out. So I hope the same for what's going on with this Brock Lesnar stuff. At the very least, you are already a dog shit human being. I would hope you are not a dog shit wrestler too. Give me John Cena, and that's gonna be that.
Whoever's producing this match, if Cena doesn't win, I hope you're on Indeed the next day because honestly, where do we go from here with a Brock win? I don't want to see him gain any momentum. I just hope this was a ESPN TKO call because we don't need him, honestly, ever. Because what's the point? Give me Cena, please. Nothing else. I want to say nothing else. Because like Chris said, it's been 2 years. Brock was already limited. You know what I'm saying? We already seen a Goldberg match this year. We don't need to see a rusty Brock Lesnar match.
Goldberg held up his end, I'll tell you that much.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Suplex City, if that's all it takes, that's all we get. Just to make it quick, please. Super Cena, unless they change this to a DQ, street fight, whatever you want to go, and we get like the old EC, John Cena Brock match, I'll tolerate that. But other than that, please, let's not do too much.
Yeah.
We don't really, to real fans, we don't really, nobody asks for this. Like,
nobody asks.
And you're wasting so much potential with a good Cena run.
It's 5 dates left after Saturday, and y'all used one on a Brock Lesnar match, bro.
And on
well, they have advertised it as the last time ever, so I'm not worried about this like carrying out multiple times. But I don't want to see a loss on Saturday. Plain and simple.
Yeah, like you've now wasted 2 of Cena's like limited dates to. I don't care what you say. Logan's a part timer. So please do right by the fans for once. You get your money's worth. You know what I'm saying? People are paying their $30 on ESPN. Just don't let us down, please.
And I will say, and it really for the show in general, my biggest concern, typically when WWE does like season premieres or they're on a new network or whatever, like sometimes they just like get away from what works for them.
Yeah.
And that's really my biggest concern with Wrestlepalooza. It's like, bro, like just do what you do best. Because by far that Raw Netflix episode, there were some good things on the show. But by far that is the worst episode of Raw this year. Bar none. That is the worst episode of Raw this year.
Was it like three matches?
Dog, I don't know how many matches, but like
Roman and Solo, Punk and Seth,
which was very good and probably saved the show. Liv and Rhea was very good. Drew and Jey Uso stunk.
Yeah, that made no sense.
They trotted out Hulk Hogan. Like, look, bro. My biggest hope is that when this shit happens on Saturday, yeah, they're going to show the celebrities in the crowd. I'm used to that, blah, blah, blah. Do not get away from what works for you, bro. Yeah. Do not get away from what ultimately constitutes in a good show for you, bro.
Speaking of that,
just to impress ESPN.
Speaking of Brock, the SmackDown premiere on, what was it, Fox? Mm-hmm. Cain Velasquez. Like, what did we...
Yeah, like you doing things... every time they do these premieres and stuff and get on the network, they do stuff that gets away from them.
You just lose the plot.
I do feel like because this is a PLE, like, there's a little less of a margin for them to fuck this up. Because, like, you're not going to trot niggas out to, like, do promos and all this other shit. Like, at bare minimum, we might open the night and, like, Triple H might be like, welcome to ESPN, welcome to Wrestlepalooza. Okay, cool. There is little margin for error for them to do that shit throughout the entire night. So I'm hoping. But again, do what brought you to the dance. Do what made a lot of your fans think in 2023, early 2024, that WWE is a competent product, bro. If the casuals want to come along, bro, they will come along, bro. You don't have to pander to niggas, bro. You don't got to pander to niggas by doing shit that doesn't work for you or that didn't work for you during the other 50 some odd weeks of the year, bro. Please let them folks go out there and do what they do. And that's it.
Simple as that.
Simple as that,
You
bro.
can't say it no better, man. Like, yeah, we're going to get the face. We're going to see Pat. We're going to see Tyrese Halliburton, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they bring Stephen A. out for ESPN, you know what I'm saying? But please do what got you here. You already have done enough. You've done enough bad things to the core audience, the hardcore fans, the dedicated people. Just please don't let us down. That's really all I can ask for. Because it's Saturday night, college football. You got semi-lucky Monday night because Monday night football was. I didn't know the game started at 7 on Monday, so I'm pretty sure he was kind of iffy going back and forth because that was a decent game. So please don't do right by your fans.
Do right by your fans. If them casuals want to follow, they will follow. Yeah, do what got you to the dance, bro. That's it.
Y'all had Seth and Paul on ESPN this morning.
Dog.
You got your commercials on Monday Night Football. You had Louis Riddick talk about it for a little bit. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got Joe, like you said, Joe was on SportsCenter. Mm-hmm. we know what wrestling is. Like,
Yeah.
we know what got us here. Like,
do what got you to. You're on the worldwide leader of sports, bro. Do what got you to the dance, bro.
Like, I'm pretty sure if you had Rock in Austin, you wouldn't be doing all these shenanigans. You have more people who are entertaining. You have more heavyweights. You have more name recognitionable people. Just keep it simple. Just put on good matches. That's it. That'll get the fans in here. We don't want to see a bunch of shenanigans. Like, you already got us iffy about what's going on in Saudi because, like, it's a funny TikTok. You got the women coming out with, like, long johns on. Like, it's the money just can't be worth it in the long run because you're losing. They're not going to buy the tickets up. It's going to be the hardcore fans. So just whoever's producing this show, just do your thing. Hunter, I know you see what's going on. They pulling your G card because you got.
They've been pulling your card since Jey Uso won that Royal Rumble. I'm be real with you. Like, you got a chance, bro.
That's really.
You have a chance. But yeah, man. It's been a great episode. Obviously, next episode is episode 20. Huge milestone. We will definitely find a way to celebrate that in some way, shape, or form. That episode will obviously also be our review of the events of Saturday. We will probably not review SmackDown as per usual because I don't like to review the shows before events. They're a little redundant. But if there are key matches, we will definitely talk about those.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it's been episode 19, man, of the Off the Top Rope podcast. Once again, I'm Chris on the Southside Woodall on Twitter. My tag team partner.
It's your boy Barry Season. Like, share, follow, subscribe, comment, tell a friend.
Repost if you on TikTok.
Best network in the game, nothing ATL.
Yeah, man. It's only up from here, man. It's close on episode 19.